You and I have talked about this privately before, but you've worked since you were yet very young girl, and being thrown in that and being on that autopilot, constantly in that sympathetic fight or flight, hypervigilant state. Can you talk a little bit about that, the darkest moments of that, and what that looked like for you?
Well, you know what's really interesting? I think it was actually in our early conversations, it was beginning to draw parallels. I remember you said to me, you show up for all these other people. You know, you're an activist. You go to the front lines. You're at the marches. You're raising the money. You're on the political campaigns. You go to work, and you know you're one of the first people in, and you're there all day, and you're taking care of everybody. And why don't you do that for yourself? And I think it was such an eye-opening question for me. And I realized that, and I think this is true in a lot of industries, but I can obviously only speak to my own experience. In the industry I work in, and the industry I started working in at 20 years old, you know, I've joked with my girlfriends that I was 3 years out of an all-girl school where I was wearing uniforms, and then I was on a TV set. Like, what? It was nuts. And there was never an option to question. There was never a place to go to say, this is overwhelming. It was, you're going to come to work at 3:45 in the morning on a Sunday, and you're going to go through hair and makeup, and then you're going to work for 18 hours. And then, you know, by Friday, because calls push for turnarounds, you're going to be coming in at 6 p.m. and you're going to be working till 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. And on, you know, the next Monday, if we're not on Sunday, the next Monday, you're going to be back in at 3:45 or 4 in the morning. And for years, I just thought that that was really normal. And when I realized it wasn't necessarily normal, then I started to go, well, what am I supposed to do about it? There is nothing I can do about it. And by the way, that's still pretty true. Like, even at this point, you know, becoming a director, becoming a producer, I set as hard a boundary as I can to protect the hours of my fellow cast and my crew. And there's still only so much I can do.